Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin. And what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to be looking at the 1 hour is where we're going to start here, and then we're going to work back to the 1 day. So we're just really going to dig in here up close and personal with this price action, because what's happening now, we're trying to figure out if we're in an accumulation area or if this is going to be an area where we have some type of a bear flag and we just start breaking down out of it, guys. And we're ranging right now. So as you can see, the moving averages are getting flat, and that's a sign that you're ranging. And we're also bouncing back and forth between, we'll call it 8,456 and 7,706. And guys, we're going to get into all this. I appreciate you being here today. If you like these videos, you get something out of it, let me know down low. Like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. That's what's going to help you the most. I try to get videos out every day on the market, you know, Bitcoin, and also tutorials, things like that to help people. So guys, what I'm seeing here, and this is just my opinion, as we continue to bounce back and forth, I'm not going to make any type of move until I see a definitive break to the upside here with heavy volume, or to the downside, because both these areas have been pretty well defended, and you can see they've been tested a couple times. And if we are to break to the upside here, we could have some potential for a decent run here. We're going to have a little bit of overhead resistance here, maybe a little here, but since we fell so hard so fast on basically a 1 hour candle, we'd have plenty more room to kind of make a move to the upside out of there if it was on good volume. And now to the downside though, because guys, you always want to have a plan. Upside, downside, sideways. Always have a plan. Okay. Now to the downside, if we start breaking down through that 7,706, what I'm going to look at is the 0.618 Fibonacci, and we'll go over that on the 1 day chart. But that's going to be around $7,200 is where I'm going to look at for support. But right now we're just ranging. We're bouncing back and forth. You can see on the 1 hour the RSI right now is at 49, so we're just about neutral there. The stock is at 12 and 9, so that's a nice little thing here. Maybe this is some potential bullish flag here pattern on the 1 hour where we had our nice push up, guys, and then we drop back down, maybe back test this 50, and then that's enough to get us up through here. But remember, nothing's confirmed until it's confirmed. That's the thing with chart patterns, guys. You can say, okay, it's forming a falling wedge or a bull flag, this or that. Until you get that breakout and that confirmation, it's not confirmed. It's just all speculative. So always remember that. But whenever you're moving sideways, remember with moving averages that they're for trending markets. So if you're moving sideways, yeah, for support and resistance, they're still important, but it doesn't have the significance of when you're in an uptrend for support or a downtrend that's acting as overhead resistance. So always remember that, and that's what can kind of tell you when we're just ranging and moving sideways. So let's see if this is an accumulation area, or if this is going to be, you know, an area where we break down through and form some type of a bear flag. And guys, for the bear flag to be invalidated, we need a break up through 84.56, we'll call it, and that's just my opinion. Some people may have this up even higher. Like I said, guys, maybe up into that area of that 87.18, but I feel like if we could get over that 84.60, we'll call it right there, we can make a nice little run out of there if it's on volume. And see what we're going to do, we're going to work through the time frames here. We're going to go to the 4 hour now, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. Whenever you see bear flags, you'll see that big push down. It's going to be on heavy volume, then the volume's going to dry up, and then the next blast down you'll have on heavy volume as well. That's if it breaks to the downside. I'm not saying it is here, guys. Like I said, we're bouncing back and forth within this channel right now, but that's something you do have to be aware of, because we have not broken out through that 84.72 is what we'll call it there. And you can see how it almost kind of looks textbook, like that big pull there, and then we just move sideways, and it's happened many times to where we just dump back down again. We know how this space is, but you know, it's either that or we're going to have one of those just straight shots straight back up to try to test, in my opinion, around that $9,300 where we broke down out of the descending triangle. And here, guys, stochastic is at 75 and 80, so that is in overbought territory, and then the RSI is at 53. But what's nice is we had a nice higher low here than where we were moving up, so that was looking decent. Next, we're going to take a look at the 12 hour. So on the 12 hour, what we ended up having here, guys, is rejection right up here at this 20 EMA. We had pretty long wicks out of here, and you can see last time when we kind of tweezer top there, we got pushed to the downside. Right here, we had some longer wicks there, so we're going to have to see if that's a serious rejection or if this is somewhere where we're going to set a higher low and then make that higher high and break through that 84.72, right around that range. Okay, stock is at 96 and 82, so we are definitely in overbought territory there. The RSI is at 42. And remember, the stock is going to run or move a little bit faster. The main one I like to go off here, guys, is the RSI. I use the RSI, obviously price action, moving averages, candle formation, support, resistance, trend lines, all that type of stuff. But I like to look at both of them because this stock's a little bit faster moving here. There's that. And then on the one-day chart. Guys, if you get something out of this, let me know down below. Tell me what you're doing with this. Are you in a long right now? Are you in a short right now? Are you considering, making a move? Are you sitting in cash? Right now, guys, I'm sitting back patiently and I'm waiting. I'm not in a position in Bitcoin right now. I got stopped out when we dropped down. I believe it was right somewhere in this area. I had a position at $7,900 and then it ended up getting stopped out is what happened. So I'm just sitting in cash, being patient and waiting for a good opportunity either to the long side or the short side. So yesterday what we ended up having on the one-day chart, we did have a bullish engulfing candle here, which was good. Had a nice close there. What I want to see is some follow through today though, guys. We're not having a serious amount of follow through here on good volume, which you'd expect if you had this bullish engulfing candle like we did. The stock is at 75 and 54, so there is still more room to run to the upside there, and our RSI is at 34. So that's, only 4 points above, or 4 numbers above, 5 numbers now. It's ticking up a little bit. Up above oversold conditions. So there's plenty of room to run to the upside, guys, if we're going to make that move. But what we're doing, we're patiently waiting for the whale, the market mover. The market mover is going to tell us if we break up through that 84, 72, whatever on volume, guys, we could come back up here and test this 50-day moving average, and that's going to be around $9,500 as well. That's a shot. So that's also a target we're looking at. And like I said, to the downside, let me pull out the Fibonacci here like I said we do. Okay, so whenever you're looking at this, guys, always pay attention to the Fibonacci. There it is. These numbers have been so significant. Okay. Alright guys, so from our swing low up to our swing high, and this is just a rough estimate here, guys. So you can see around that 7,200 is an area I'm going to look to see if we hold that. And we've also had some previous support over here as well. So that's kind of an area of confluence there that I'm looking at. And we also have to pay attention to the 200-day moving average being up above, guys. That's something I didn't have on the charts because I was putting on other indicators for us, but that's something that is acting as overhead resistance that we're going to need to pay attention to. Then the next area I'm going to look at is that 0.786, around $5,500. That would also correlate with the bottom of this descending triangle that we had when we had that massive break to the downside. Guys, when we broke down through here, we broke hard down through there. Let's do this here just to show you how fast and how aggressive these moves can be and why we have to pay attention to this stuff and the validity, while I have you here, of breaks, support and resistance breaks. Guys, so with our price range here, when we truly broke out down through, we'd say about right there, we ended up going down 46%, we'll call it. And this was powerful because it came on big volume. That's how you really can confirm stuff, guys. And as I was reading today in my technical analysis book, it was saying that you can still have massive breakouts to the downside because naturally the market wants to fall if you're not having that volume to push it up. But when you add that volume, that heavy volume like this, to the downside, things can get very aggressive very fast. Just like upside. You see your upside break over here? When we broke up here, it was on some decent volume. That's how we knew there was confirmation there, and then it just kept pushing up. Obviously, it took some time here where we were chopping around, but then it was another blast, another move to the upside, and we tore right through what everyone thought would be very tough overhead resistance. You see, because we tapped it so many times over here, but this just broke right through again on heavy volume, though. That's how you know. And then this was our blow off top on heavy volume. That's another thing, too. The climax of volume, when you start going straight up like that and you become parabolic, check out that volume, guys. If it's some of the biggest volume, that could show you the top. And then we had those really long wicks there, which you'd want to pay attention to because that's going to be a lot of profit taking that's going on. So, guys, I just wanted to get into kind of the nitty gritty here. You know what I'm doing. I'm patiently waiting for a position right now. The key areas I'm looking at is 84.72, and I'll even set an alarm here. So I need to do that anyways. We'll set an alarm on the horizontal line. We'll create. Then also down here at support. So what this does, I can get away from my computer, guys, and this will alert me, and then I can jump on and make my moves. That's the main thing that I like to do. So, guys, let me know down low what you think, what you're doing. I'd really love to hear, and I hope you got something out of this. God bless, guys, and take care.